You now stand charged with evading arrest or detention. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, ma'am.
On April 15th, in Harris County, officer observed a motor vehicle making an abrupt right turn and parking in the driveway. I found the motor vehicle to also have expired registration. Officer later observed the same motor vehicle at an intersection. A traffic stop was conducted. The defendant exited the motor vehicle. Officer instructed the defendant to get back in the motor vehicle. The defendant refused. Officer requested additional units and ordered the defendant back in the motor vehicle several more times. Defendant continued not to follow officer's commands, stating, quote, "That's the same dumbass cop, bro." Defendant then removed shoes and placed them in her hand and then began evading on foot, heading northbound for about 100 yards before officer lost sight.
What is this?
That is a paper, sir. Judge Fleischer.
That.
I ordered that the condition.
Stop. Miss Johnson, that is a promise that you made to me that you would not drive. And yet, not only did you pick up a new case, but you're in. I don't think that there are any conditions that I can place on you that you will adhere to.
Judge, I can't.
The only thing I asked you not to do was drive a vehicle. That's all I literally asked you not to do. I'm now going to revoke your bond on your first case, and I'm going to set it at $5,002.
I can't pay that.
You know, as the old adage goes, actions have consequences. I didn't ask much from you.
I pay taxes like just like everybody else. I was going to work. I go to work, Judge. I don't do nothing else. I go to work and I go home. That's it. I promise to God. That's all I do.
It don't matter what you do. All I ask you to do is follow the flipping law. That's all I'm literally asking you to do is follow the law. I'm not asking you to split the atom. Everybody has to go to work.
Exactly.
If you're going to do stuff, you got to do stuff the right way. Otherwise, there are consequences. If you know there's a dumbass cop that's trailing, we don't ask much from you, Miss Johnson. We ask you to follow the law. Really, all I asked you not to do was drive and don't pick up a new case. When my 4-year-old son repeatedly tells me sorry, and I repeatedly let him go, what is the value of that sorry, Miss Johnson?
It might not mean nothing.
Right. And at some point, if we continue, I become an enabler, telling you, look, it's okay for you to keep doing what you're doing because nothing's going to happen. That is not what we do here.
I don't even have the job no more. I got fired. You ain't got to worry about me driving or anything.
Actions have consequences. You are now, what are you, you're 41?
Yes,
right?
sir.
It's never too old to start learning. But at some point, you have to understand that we have to hold your feet to the fire so that you understand that we mean business. And the reason why is not for you, but for everybody else in this world. If you should happen to get into an accident, it's never on purpose. That's why they're called accidents. They happen. And if you do something to someone else's car, and because aside from your house, your car is your most valuable piece of property that you will ever own in this life, aside from a house. And people rely on it. If you get into an accident and you maim someone else's car and you don't have insurance, what has now happened to that other person? How is that fair? Right. I'm asking you to follow the law. And I hope that now you will understand why we do what we do. So, I mean, you forced my hand. You promised us. And now it's over, and it's over, and it's over. We now have 3. It's out. It's over.
I don't have a job. I don't even work. I can't even drive. I don't have nothing to do. I have nothing. I don't have a check coming in, nothing. What's the point of driving now? I got a Metro car. It's true what I'm saying, though.
Don't place blame on anyone else.
I take full accountability.
Great. But at some point, you also have to understand that we also have to hold you accountable. I know that you're holding yourself accountable, but we have to as well. Because, okay, she goes with you. So I'm going to set the bond at 5,002 on the new case. On the old case, I will leave the new one as is. And then you tell me.
You a bitch ass nigga, man. You a bitch. You a bitch ass nigga.
That's right. Yet. And how many violations do we have with Mr. Watson?
So, all right, pre-trial is currently putting together a list of, I think, the actual locations. What you'll see from the list of violations is that most of them is like 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
He's out at 1 in the morning.
It's more like 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
He's out at 1 in the morning.
Yeah. And so a lot of them are
I
at
mean-
his girlfriend's house.
What was he ordered to do?
He has a 7 to 7.
Come up, Mr. Watson. I guess you just don't get the message. You have a boatload of bond violation after bond violation out at 1 in the morning, out at 12 in the morning. It's unacceptable. The only thing I ordered you to do was stay indoors. You have 4 open cases, one of those being an impeding breath felony offense. Sorry, you're going to jail. He goes with you. You know, if you're out at 1 in the morning when you have a 7 p.m. curfew, it's a bad thing.
They just have to be in a vicinity of the location. I never left. I've always been in the vicinity. Never left. Like,
Mr. Watson, I told you myself. I told you myself I wanted you not to go out in the middle of the night. I told you myself that you had a curfew.
Judge, I never.
Am I speaking Mandarin?
You never spoke to me about it.
He goes with you, man.
I seen that on the paperwork. I never spoke to you about that.
This is now your 5th to 15th bond violation, man. No.
One of the cases when you do this. Bullshit.
Okay, well, we were trying to get all of these cases a day the last time.
I need to know what's going on with him. And I think the appropriate thing would be to just do a TRS to see what's going on with him, because apparently just you're picking up case after case. You know, he had a kidnapping dismissed in 22, another assault, you know, just it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now he's picked up 4 successive cases, bond violation after bond violation. If you're thinking of just doing back time and just, it's, you know.
I understand, Judge.
Yeah.
These cases, the first theft is very old. He's been willing to plead on that theft case probably since it was set, basically. They were going to dismiss the POM if he dismissed he pled on the theft case. He picked up the new theft case. When we were here last time, I had approached the state and I had already sent them proof from their own surveillance footage that it was not my client. They wanted a setting to get the body worn camera, I guess, to see if he made any admissions. They still did not have the body worn camera. I still have given them the proof that it was not Mr. Watson inside the location. I understand these bond violations look bad because there's a lot of them going in and out, but
The only thing I didn't want him to do is be out in the middle of the night.
I know, but he is out. I know it's 8:02 to 8:09. It's like 7 minutes. He's picking up DoorDash, 1:05 to 1:06. I know that's 1 a.m., but he's out for 1 minute. 7:27 to 7:32.
Alyssa, if I let him go, what am I telling him?
I mean, at this point, Judge,
Let's see.
I understand it, but at this point.
You have 4 open cases and you continue to fraud. You continue not once, not twice, but
Mendoza, Sean Paul.
so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 different times he's violated the curfew.
I understand, but it's technically half because he's leaving and entering within like 5 minutes. And it's leave, enter, leave, enter.
And if my grandmother had wheels, she'd be a Ferrari.
Okay.
Bond conditions are there for a reason, you know, and really, yeah, it is what it is. No, he's going to jail and it's going to be a high bond. So, hey, can you set him up for a TRAS? Sorry, Alyssa. Well, not sorry.
I know this.
You ready? Come on.
Yes, ma'am. We're here basically on he interlocked stole, he blew into the interlock and come out to, I believe, 0.09. However, there was no willful violation. He didn't.
It's a blue 0.09 over the legal limit.
Yes, it sounds low, narrow.
It is.
And when I asked him, basically, he sent me copies. He actually used accidentally his mouth, his mother's mouthwash, which is a 70% concentrate. When he blew into the machine locked him immediately. It didn't clear, didn't allow him for a second retest, and actually had to get a code to get a reset. The machine was not working properly either. Now, of course, we're not asking for you to take this as an excuse, just basically just to understand the whole.
It is an excuse, and you are told in the beginning not to use mouthwash. You know what the consequence is if you test positive for alcohol. Mr. Linderos, what time of day or night was this?
It was in the morning, 7 or something.
The bond violation, Your Honor.
Correct.
The bond violation occurred at 7:54 a.m.
He was on the way to.
You will now get a scram on your ankle, Mr. Linderos. And if you ever test positive again for anything, and I don't care what it is, you will go to jail. You will get a scram monitor that's going to stay with you 24 hours, 7 days a week. It tests through your perspiration, whatever you put in your body. If you ever put anything, including mouthwash, because they tell you not to use mouthwash, you will go to jail. Do you understand? Okay. All right.
Thank you.
That's it. You have a lawyer today, Mr. Mays. Stop. No. I'm going to give you time. We're going to go give you time to hire a lawyer. And the next time you come in shorts, are you flipping me off?
No.
If you ever do that again, I'm going to hold you in contempt. And if the next time you come here in shorts, it's going to go really bad for you. I'm this close to hold you in contempt because of what you just did. I don't believe you. Go. Literally just flip me off. Mr. Gaunt, you're charged with another DWI.
Yes, sir.
You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On May 11th, around 2:25 in the morning, officer in Harris County observed a motor vehicle going 45 in a 35-mile-an-hour zone. Officer conducted a traffic stop on the vehicle, and the defendant, the driver, had an odor of alcoholic beverage, watery, bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and was swaying, stumbling, and using the car for support. The defendant admitted to drinking 3 Miller Lights. SFSTs were attempted. The defendant refused to follow on HGN and stumbled at the starting position of the walk and turn, leaning on the patrol unit, and then refused and said just to take him to jail, and then later declined a breath sample, so a blood search warrant was executed and blood was drawn.
Does he have a license to drive?
He does, Judge. I'm checking his eligibility now.
Please. Mr. Gaunt, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. You have 2 dismissed DWIs. You're now charged with yet another DWI. I'm now giving you 2 devices. You will now get a portable device that you're going to take with you everywhere you go to prove to me that you're not consuming alcohol. And I'm ordering you to obtain an interlock device in your car. You are not allowed to drive any vehicle that's not equipped with an ignition interlock. We send notice to DPS in Austin so that every police officer in this state knows if you are driving a car, that car doesn't have an interlock, they're going to take you to jail. And then I will revoke your bond and make it very high. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you have a problem with drugs or alcohol, but if you don't, you better address it, because if you don't, I'm going to do it for you and you're not going to like the way that I do it. Do you understand? We are going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. We will have you take to the jury box so we get all your paperwork. Don't consume alcohol. Don't use anything that has alcohol in it. Mouthwash, tequila lollipops, hair dyes. I don't care. You use, you will go to jail. Mr. Hurd, you're charged with burglary of a motor vehicle. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
Mr. Hurd.
Heard. Mhm.
On November 23rd, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, Officer Miller complained he stated he parked his black F-450 truck and was eating nearby when he observed the defendant and another unidentified individual breaking into his truck. Complainant tried to follow as defendant ran away but was unable. Defendant broke the driver's side window, which is $500, stole a laptop, which is $5,000, a leather satchel, and a leather satchel for $500. Officers then went to a nearby business and observed video footage of the incident. Defendant and another breaking into complainant's vehicle. They observed them leave in Chevy Malibu. A person check on the Malibu matched the video footage of defendant.
Why are we in misdemeanor court?
I'll have to draw about this when you're on.
Do we have a co-defendant in this case? And what time of day or night was this?
We do not have a co-defendant, Your Honor. And this was at. Well, no, the office report, Your Honor. This was at around, officer was dispatched at around 2 p.m.
2 p.m. Possession of controlled substance, delivery, evading arrest, burglar of a habitation, possession of a controlled substance, felon in possession of a weapon, failure to ID as a fugitive, possession of controlled substance, aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon, burglar of a habitation, burglar of a motor vehicle, aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon, felon in possession of a weapon, and now burglary of a motor vehicle. Mr. Hurd, over and over and over and over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and now number 16. What on earth do we need to do for this? How do we fashion conditions to protect our community at 2 p.m.? Mr. Hyde, enlighten me on how on earth we can protect our community other than jail.
Good question, Judge. I don't think there is ways. And obviously, Judge, we can look into filing it as a felony based on the dollar amounts of the items stolen.
Take a seat for me in the jury box. I have no clue what we're going to do with you, Mr. Hurd. What kind of curfew should we put on Mr. Hurd? What's
Unless he's 40,
come up, Mr. Hurd?
especially if I'm not mistaken.
Come up.
Is that 2 p.m.?
It's 2 p.m. Right. How do you support yourself, Mr. Hurd?
I'm just up home with Joe.
Doing what? I'm giving you a curfew. I don't want you out in the day at all. I just your history and what you're charged with at this time of day. I want to protect, and I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my community. And you, with your violent history, no. Actions speak louder than words. I know what you're going to tell me, Mr. Hurd, but what I rely on is paper, because paper tells me everything I need to know. Here, we get everyone sells us the sun, the moon, the stars, the London Bridge, everything. But we base our decisions on many factors. Number one, a person's criminal history. Number two, what happens with the offense in question here. Number three, how often everything happens. Here, typically, if I see someone with a lot of criminal history and a lot of the things happen in the middle of the night, at that point, I will put a curfew, because if cases continue to pop up and they're in the middle of the night, it's probably a good idea not to go out in the middle of the night. Here, it's 2 p.m. and we are now on a fourth burglary case, not to mention everything else. So you will get a curfew of 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. And at that time, so you have 4 hours that you are allowed to be out in the day. They wanted house arrest, but I'm giving you 4 hours because we do things in baby steps. And let me tell you something now. You are ordered not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. And I'm going to test you weekly to make sure that you're not using. If I find that you're using, I will put you in jail, and you will know no more PR bonds. This is not a revolving door. Do you understand? We want our streets safe, and we will do everything in our power to protect it. Do you understand? You will get a GPS monitor on your ankle. You are not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case, not to go within 1,000 feet of where this person lives or works. You are not to be in possession of any weapons. Do you understand? So the curfew is he is allowed from 12 p.m. until 8 a.m. He must be at his house. He is allowed out 4 hours of it at at any given time. If he's out past that time, you know what's going to happen.
Don't worry about the dog. No, I can't work it.
I'm not telling you you can't work, but I want my streets safe, and I'm going to do everything to protect my streets. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. I'm going to have you go sign a reset. You'll get with Veronica for your bond conditions, and then we'll see you in 30 days. Actually, probably a week because they're going to get tested next week. But if you fail to appear for the test, a warrant will issue. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is not a negotiation. You have, and I'm basing everything here on the fact that I want my streets safe. Do you understand? Come on, come on. Mr. Martinez. Over and over and over and over and over. Some people just don't. 8/18/25, theft. 11/4, failure to ID. 11/4, DWI second. The next day, another theft. A month later, criminal mischief. And somehow, while I'm bond for all that, now another theft. That makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 open cases. Sorry, 6. And this is not my first rodeo with Mr. Martinez. I have had him on here at least 4 different cases, and all those cases at 7505, because at least 5 different occasions he's failed to appear for a court. You are a flight risk, Mr. Martinez. And I will now set each of your bonds at what's reasonable in light of 6 open cases and that he can't come to court.
Well, Your Honor, I don't have an excuse for you, but I do have an explanation I'd like to give you.
No kidding.
If I may. In the past, unfortunately, he had stumbled into some homelessness due to some issues with him and his wife. He broke up, he got kicked out. That led down to some snowballing effect into couch surfing and bad decision making. However, he's now back with his wife. They have a place. He's got a job at a landscaping for a business. He's doing his own landscaping on the weekends to make some extra money. I do have contact with his, I have a contact number for his wife and his. We are absolutely willing to do GPS monitoring. He understands, we talked in detail about this court's position on bond violations and missing court. I understand the court's hesitance, so I'm not asking for a PR bond. However, he is indigent, and him and his wife do have a couple kids together, and he's the breadwinner. So I would like to ask this court if you'd be open to it for $1,000 bond. Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. No, this family stuff.
With GPS conditions, and we're willing to go by curfew.
That's cute. No. Each of your bonds will be set at $25,006 because I find by clear and convincing evidence there are no non-financial conditions that will suffice to get you to come to court and to protect our community. You have 6 open cases, and on 4 of the last cases that you've had here, you have failed to appear on 5 different occasions. Now, if you do end up posting bond, you will get a GPS prior to release. You will be under house confinement. You are not to drive You are not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. And no contact with, tell me where all the thefts from.
The newest theft is from Walmart. The one from October is also from Walmart. And the one from August is from Target.
You are not to go to Walmart. You are not to go to Target. And Mr. Leonard, I want to give you a brief that prior for anything on these cases, I would like to do a T-rest to see how we go forward, because it's apparent that I just don't know what the correct way of going forward in light of the fact that, Mr. Martinez, let me give you a little perspective. In 1 year, you have picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cases in 1 to 1.5 years. I really don't know how to go forward, but I think that it would be prudent and wise to probably do a T-rest to see. So there we go.
Will that be something initiated today?
I don't know. I mean, we can, if you'd like. I'd like to talk to him for you to talk to him to see how, but.
Sure, yeah, we spoke already today. If we can get that started.
Yeah, I think that's probably, okay.
Okay.
Mr. Brown, you were charged. Mr. Brown, you were driving. You're facing up to 30 days in jail and or a $200 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Okay, good morning.
Good morning. On May 14th, 2026, in Harris County, Texas, officer observed a group of vehicles leave the tunnels near 610 and Woodway Drive. The vehicles began accelerating at a high rate of speed, reaching 140 miles in a 65-mile-per-hour zone. Officer then observed 2 motor vehicles change lanes and go back again without signaling, nearly striking a semi-trailer tanker. The traffic stop was conducted and the driver was identified by his Texas driver's license. And his license is not currently eligible.
Mr. Brown, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case as a condition of your bond. I'm ordering you not to drive. I don't give a rat's behind what you have to do in this life. You do not have a Texas driver license. You do not have liability insurance in your name. You will be signing a promise with me. This is an affidavit that you're going to swear to me today that you're not going to drive. You drive. I can have a contempt hearing, and every time you drive, punishable by 180 days in jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand? You are also on bond for a felony case. It's very possible the fact that you pick this up, they may revoke the bond upstairs in that felony court. It would probably be a good idea to get a lawyer quick. Do you mind filing those conditions, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
And no weapons.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. You will go sign a reset. After that, we were going to have you take a seat in the jury box. I will get your bond conditions. Once you sign them, at that point, you'll be free to go. Mr. Gans, how many DWIs does he have in total?
One US conviction on a base, and then probation, Brazos County, 2022. It's open now because it's in revocation.
Then that's why I did what I did.
No, I understand. I understand.
You know,
I wasn't here, and I just actually got the US judgment here today. I didn't even, I mean, I knew about it, but I didn't know what was the result. You know, I'd never seen a judgment from the feds.
we don't do stuff here just to be harmful or obtuse just for, that's not the way we do things. But you got to understand, Mr. Martinez, is that, tell me, why do we have jails?
Punish people who do wrong.
Yes. Why else?
So people will get better.
Yes, that's absolutely right. It's also for people who don't learn their lesson, who come back over and over and over and have one overriding thing that controls their life forever. With you, there's one thing that has been controlling your life for the last 15 plus years. What is that thing?
There's an alcohol.
Right. And I don't know what the hell it is that cannot get into you to understand and see the fact that on a daily basis in Harris County, someone, every day, someone dies from an alcohol-related collision, calamity, accident, mistake, choice, whatever you want to call it. And we need to do the TRAS now.
Yes, sir.
Because I would really like to know what they're going to do with Mr. Martinez in light of. So tell me, because I didn't get, how many actual DWIs does Mr. Martinez have?
So he has a deferred hearing, well, not here, in Brazos County.
Is he, okay, is he on deferred now?
No, it was in 2022.
Okay,
From my understanding, it is complete.
okay.
And then he was on probation in his federal case while he was in the military, from what I can see.
Is that one still open now?
That was a probation. Let me see the date of conviction.
So it's just those two?
Just those two, I mean, still two, it's a lot, but
Sure.
2019 is whenever he pled guilty and entered probation. He did a 1-year probation.
So please let the system and them know that he has a federal one, so because they may not catch it, so that when they do the TRAS, they see that he has 2 actual DWIs, because if they run some kind of, like TCIC or NCIC, they might not see it because it's a federal case. So, the reason we have jails and prisons are for people who don't get it. And hopefully you will not make a choice, because it's not a mistake, it's a choice where you go out and kill someone. I was watching on the news yesterday of a guy that goes to a bar, has about 12 beers at a bar, then gets into his car, goes to a gentleman's club, and proceeds to take 5 immediate shots of alcohol. He's so inebriated by the time he gets up to go to his car, he falls down. And what do? Give him a freaking another shot. Gets into a car, driving the wrong way down the freeway, kills 2 girls. One of them 19 days into being married. 19 days into being married. The other one was a recently made fiance. Killed. Now he will be doing 80 years in prison because they sentenced him to 40 years on one. They sentenced him to another 40 years and they ran it consecutive. You never know what's going to happen when you get out there. You don't mean to do it. You never wanted to do it, but it happens. You're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. The agreement that you have worked out is 1 year in Harris County Jail to be probated for 2 years. This will now reflect as a second. Actually, is it a second conviction?
It is. But actually, no, this would be his 3rd conviction. We're working this out in lieu of refiling it as a felony offense.
No kidding.
Yes. Which is why it's a maximum probation. It's 2 years with the 5 days.
So it's actually that many. So they need to know that. There's a very big possibility. One of the things I'm ordering you to do now, Mr. Martinez, is to undergo a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what conditions you need. It's very well possible that they order you to undergo inpatient treatment. If you do, if they order that, you're going to do it. as part of the probation. Do you understand?
I understand.
You will do 5 days in confinement starting today. No drugs, alcohol. You must maintain a guardian interlock, a DWI, repeat offender education class, 1 victim impact panel, no breath test refusal. If you are pulled over driving and an officer asks you to submit a breath test for the next 2 years, you must do it. 50 hours of community service. If you fail to live up to this probation, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. We will have a hearing to determine if you violated this agreement. If you do, you were looking at 1 year in the jail. You understand?
That's right.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers, right to be arraigned, charged, read in open court. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You also give up the right to appeal. Well, this is final today. It's final forever. From now on, if you do ever pick up another DWI, you will be facing up to 10 years in prison. Is that what it's going to take to get you to finally understand? I don't know. Many people here say, no, I'm never going to do it again. I'm done. I'm no more alcohol, this, that. You're going to forget about this because time heals all wounds. In 10 years, you're going to forget about all this, but the law never forgets. And I'm telling you, the next time you're pulled over, even if you have the faintest smell of alcohol, when someone runs you and they see DWI, 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 what the hell do you think they're going to do? You already know. Right. If it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, how do you plead to the offense?
Guilty, Your Honor.
I'm going to find you guilty. I'll follow the agreement, sentence you to it. Good luck to you, son.
Suspended his license. How long?
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah. Do not drive. I don't want you anywhere near a car. Baby steps. We have to trust you before you even go near a car. I have to see substantial compliance, and then I'll consider, but I mean, that you're doing well, and then we'll go from there. But at this point in time, with all this baggage, I don't want to put my name on a license and you go out there and kill someone. I don't need that kind of drama. You understand?
I understand.
All right. Good luck, sir. Thank you, Mr. Gadsden. Thank you.
There's still, there's something with the presence. I understand the prohibition with 2022, but there's something about fees. I don't know. I haven't gone to Brazos County.
Do you owe money in Brazos?
I didn't think so. Last time when I went over there to,
Do you guys see a Cape Vix? What gives you the feeling?
well, because they sent him a letter saying to appear in court, and then so he wanted me to represent Maryville.
That's a
told you
big
about
call
that.
because that's a far drive.
And so
I don't know. So you only have 5 solid days to do. After that, you're going to get out. You need to, because if they issue a warrant and you're here in custody, they'll put a hold on you here. And then, I don't know if Brazos will come for him or not. I don't know, but
he has a reset date, so I think he'll be fine.
but just make sure, don't drive. I'm telling you now, the worst possible thing you can do in this life, Mr. Martinez, is drive. I've ordered you not to drive. We're going to have you sign an affidavit promising us you're not going to drive. I don't care how important it is for you to do this or do that. Find another way. Please do not drive. Do you understand?
I understand.
Okay. All right. All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. All right. With that,